Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol IFON. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Don't mean to state the obvious, but I will anyways. Very nice price movement today, although the price did pull back here. So there is perspective that goes into that. What do I mean by this? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought, right there and you wanted to sell within, 2 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, even with the deeper pullback, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And that's the name of the game from, again, the big picture perspective, building higher bases, because as long as you have those higher lows being built over longer stretches of time, that's how the long-term uptrends are constructed. And that's, the perspective I'm going to be talking from. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different perspective and strategy going into the trade. So case in point here in terms of levels of support is right here at the 56, let's just make it 55 cents, make it a nice round number. 55 cents still is a very important level for the simple reason, I'm not saying this will happen, but let's say it pulls back a little bit more and then does something like this and then heads back up. Now again, I fully realize if you're a day trader and you bought up there, you couldn't care less about this, but assuming you care about the big picture of things, and that happened, what would that give you? Well, that'd give you a set of lows right there. The previous base of lows was right there before things came to life. And then if you look at each of these as stair steps, well, you still have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. So that's why to me, 55 cents is a very important level. Any sort of closes below it, or worse yet, if the price separates to the downside, at that point in time, you would start, you would be risking having the price going back to where it already was. And not to insult your intelligence, but I think we can all agree that price movements with genuine power aren't going to go back to where they were. They're going to make progress forward. So, and that's what 55 cents is representing, again, especially if the price separates to the downside. Now, all of a sudden, the price is back within the range that it just broke out of, and that's just a contradiction of what a truly strong move is going to be. So if you haven't connected those dots, 55 cents, definitely the very important level of support going into tomorrow. And from the quote-unquote storybook perspective, is going to help gauge whether or not this price movement has any sort of genuine power behind it or not. So we'll see if the bulls can build that stair step there. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.